are now listening to Mondays with Mike Martinez.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Mondays with Mike. I have my very good friend here, Alonso. Known him for 7 years. We met in 2017 when I bought my house in Rancho Cucamonga. Lived in Fontana. We met through a mutual friend, through kid sports, through baseball. My buddy had his son in baseball, and my son was playing baseball at the time. So, you know, we're good friends, and we met Alonso through his baseball team. So Alonso, how you doing, bro?
Good, man. Thank you for having me.
Hey, dude, thanks for taking the time out of your busy day to come hang out with me for a little bit and talk about your journey as an entrepreneur. So let's start off by introducing yourself. What's the name of your business and what industry are you in?
My name's Alonso Gomez. I own Elite Facility Services and EFS Plumbing and Hydrojetting. Plumbing, we're commercial and residential plumbers. And Elite Facility Services, we do commercial property maintenance, electrical, plumbing, handyman service. You name it, we do it.
Awesome, bro. So I want to talk about your journey. Back in 2017 when we met, where were you working at?
I was working for Circle K stores, Circle K corporate at the time.
What were you doing there?
At the time, I don't remember exactly what I was doing at the time because I jumped around from different positions. But I think I was a facility manager at the time.
Facility manager. Does that mean that you were in charge of like all the maintenance? Because I know there was a time where you were actually building Circle Ks.
Yeah, at the time, I think I was a facility manager. I basically had San Diego County, Riverside County, and San Bernardino County. Any Circle K stores that were in that county, I was responsible for the upkeep of the stores, whether it be the dispensers, the doors, the AC units, whatever it was, I was responsible for maintaining those.
How long were you there?
I was there 3 years.
3 years. So in 2020, did you start working somewhere else?
In 2020, we were already, we started operating. No, 2020, I was working for another company. Yes, I was.
You were working for another company?
Working for another company at the time. I was in the maintenance department with them as well.
Why did you leave Circle K to go work for another company? And talk to me about this other company.
At the time when I was with Circle K, I didn't care for the corporate industry. I thought the corporate stuff was gibberish, the KPIs and the stuff that makes a company successful.
No love for the individual.
No. At the time, I just didn't care for that. So I went to go work for a mom and pop maintenance company.
Did he recruit you?
I think it was a mutual transfer. We talked a little bit. I think I was kind of fed up with the corporate at the time.
How did you meet him?
He was one of my contractors.
And then he kind of offered you a position to go work over there?
Yes.
How long were you there?
I was there I'd say 2 to 3 years. 3 years.
2 to 3 years. What did you like about that company and what did you not like about that company? So you were only at Circle K for a few years.
3 years, I'd say 3 years.
Yeah. So after we met, probably a year later, you want to go work for this company?
Yeah.
Like in 2018?
Yeah, about yeah.
What did you like about it? What did you not like about it?
I liked that it was a small family-owned business. I thought it was going to be a good fit at the time. But as I grew with the company, owners weren't around. It just wasn't a fit. It wasn't a fit. I think we just got fed up with them not being around. It was around that time that we were in Jamaica when you asked me why was I working for somebody else, and we made that jump.
He was an absentee owner and probably not the best leader. And in his defense, we don't know what we don't know. I haven't always been the best leader. I don't even consider myself a great leader yet. I think I'm between average and good. I'm still working on it every day. But in his defense, you know, most small business owners don't know how to be good leaders. So it sounds like it was a leadership issue. So what made you decide to open your company, and what did that look like? How did you feel?
It was scary. It was scary. But I think one of the big things that made me make that jump was I was already running the business for him. So why run it for somebody else when you can run it for yourself?
Yeah. So I learned this from Brandon Dawson. You cannot hire somebody to fix your problems. So all businesses, it doesn't matter where you're at, you're going to have problems. And him relying on you to solve those problems for him was a mistake that he made, because it made you realize that you can be doing this for yourself. It gave you the confidence to do it yourself. Without a leader that's bigger, with a higher belief lid, it starts having people question your leadership. And it makes people want to start their own business because they have no leadership. They're the highest lid of the company. They're the highest belief lid. They're the highest leader of the company.
They're carrying the company.
They're carrying the company. So might as well carry it for themselves. So how did that look? How was that transition when you went from, running another person's company to starting your own company? What did that journey look like? What year was that?
2020. I believe I took my contractor's exam in 2019. Or no, I filed for the corporation in 2019. I was supposed to take the contractor's test early 2020, but COVID got in the way. Late 2020, we passed the exam, and we officially started business December of 2020.
2020, December of 2020?
December of 2020.
Okay, so not COVID was in 2020. So during COVID, you were still working for him that year?
Yes, 2020, I was still working for him.
So what gave you the confidence to start a business right after COVID?
It was one of those burn the ship moments. Burn the ship.
You're either going to fall on your face or you're going to make it?
Yeah.
And what about your wife?
She was terrified. She was terrified having a set income coming in every week to not knowing.
Yeah.
Not knowing what was going to happen.
So Neri is a very close friend of ours, very close friend of Natalie's. I remember that. I remember how scared you guys were. What gave you the confidence to really, really make the jump? Like what inspired you?
I mean, you helped out a lot. You helped out a lot with some mentorship, talking to Neri and I as well. So I think that was a big help.
And I didn't ask that question to get that response.
I mean, it was,
yeah, I mean, I get it. So I seen a lot of business owners, when I made the jump, I seen a lot of business owners that were prospering, and I didn't know how difficult it was. They made it seem easy. So maybe sometimes successful business owners make it seem easier than it is. You can't see their hidden stress and all the problems that they deal with. I think we're professional problem solvers at this point. So when you made that jump, you were scared, she was scared. What gave you the belief in yourself that you could build something?
If other people can do it, why can't we? Why can't I do it?
Yeah, if other people can do it, why can't I do it? Why can't we do it? So Brandon, I've heard Brandon talk about that a lot too. He says, you want to be successful? Just do what other successful people do in your industry. Like, what have they built? Is there a $100 million company? Where are you at? $1 million? They just showed you proof that you can build a $100 million company.
Yeah.
So in your industry, do you know any companies that are doing big numbers?
I don't know them personally, but there is.
You know of them?
Yes.
How much revenue do you think they're pulling? Hundreds of millions?
Hundreds of millions.
How big are they?
Nationwide.
So they probably have what, like 1,500 employees or something?
Yeah.
Doing a couple hundred.
Subcontractors. And, yeah.
So that's interesting. With you starting your business at the end of 2020, can you talk to me about what steps you took to build that company? Because I'm assuming that you actually launched full force in 2021.
Yes.
So what were those steps that you took to start your business?
Recruiting employees. You got to have a good team. You got to put together a good team. I recruited employees, past coworkers that have worked together that I believe that they would become a great fit for the team. The same vision for the company.
There might be people watching that they want to be a contractor. I know friends that they work for other companies. They're, foremans or handyman or whatever you call it in the industry, and they want to start their own business. So let's walk them step by step by the steps that you took. So the first one was filing a corporation.
Actually, the first one was signing up for school, for a contractor school.
Beautiful.
Contractor school. They teach you the laws of the trade, how to take a test. That was the first step. And then you file the corporation, go through all the insurance processes, the marketing, set up the marketing to, for the customers.
Do they teach you all that?
They didn't. The contractor school doesn't.
Where did you learn all that?
Mike Martinez.
Well, and then your business license, you filed a corporation.
Mm-hmm.
How hard was all that?
It's hard because we don't know. We don't know. Like you said earlier, you can't know what you don't know.
You know what you don't know?
Yeah. So it was hard. Phone calls, and one person tells you one thing, other person tells you another thing.
So it's time consuming?
Time consuming.
It's a learning process. And then you have to be committed. You have to be dedicated. So is it hard, or is it just a lot of work?
It's a lot of work.
Okay.
I don't believe anything's hard. It's just a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
All right.
There's a difference between something being hard and it being a lot of work.
No, I understand that. I know the difference. So I have a saying in collections: you want to join my organization? It's not hard. You just have to work hard. So that's kind of the same scenario when you're starting a business, right? That's what you experienced.
Yeah.
So you got your corporation. What steps did you take at the end of 2020, beginning of 2021 to actually launch the company? What did that look like?
Reaching out to customers, contacts that we've had in the past, building that relationship with them, getting them to open the doors for us, to trust us.
Okay, so sales?
Sales.
You had to be a salesman?
To be a salesman.
All right, I preach this all the time. You want to make your first $1 million, get good at marketing and sales. That's all you need to make your first $1 million. So 2021, what was your revenue your first year in 2021?
2021, we did 500,000.
500K your first year right out the gates.
Yeah.
Boom. What was your revenue in 2022?
2022, we did 1.5.
1.5. So you tripled your revenue. How did you do that?
Just providing great service. Word of mouth within the big corporate companies. Word of mouth, and we just blew up.
Did you have to do any sales to grow?
No, we really didn't, because it was word of mouth at that point.
It was all referrals?
All referrals.
What was your revenue in 2023?
We just broke 2 mil.
2 mil last year?
Last year, yeah.
How did you jump from 1.5 to 2 million?
Same thing, just referrals. Just referrals.
No marketing?
No marketing, no sales.
Just all referrals, word.
All referrals.
What do you, and by the way, your wife, Neri, quit her job.
Yes.
Joined your company. What does she do there?
She is our everything there.
She's the glue?
She's the glue.
This happened in 2022, right?
2022.
Beginning of 2022.
Beginning of 2022.
That was her New Year's resolution?
Yeah.
To come into your company. The glue?
Yeah.
So 2022, you scaled, about 25%, increasing 500K. And that was all word of mouth.
All word of mouth.
What are you forecasting this year? Are you going forward? Are you going backwards? Or are you stagnant?
We had forecasted at the beginning of the year to do 2.5.
Okay.
2.5, halfway through the year, we hit a wall.
Okay.
We hit a wall halfway through the year. No marketing.
What are you forecasting right now?
We're going to hit the 2, a little over 2.
Okay. So you're stagnant.
Yes.
Okay. So I want to take a moment to talk about being stagnant in the business. If you're stagnant and you hit the same number that you did last year, you actually went backwards. Do you know why?
No.
Okay. So you went backwards because even though they don't talk about it, we had between 8 to 10% inflation. So if you made $2 million this year and you made $2 million last year, you actually have to deduct 8 to 10%. So you actually made less money because of inflation. So you went backwards. So the only way to get around that is by at least increasing your revenue by 8 to 10%, ideally 10%. So that would put you at 2.4 million in order for you to be at break-even point. So why do you think you hit a wall?
No marketing, no sales. We were relying on the word of mouth. One of my big customers, there was a change in directors, a change in management, and that word of mouth wasn't working anymore.
You could only go so far without sales and marketing.
Yeah.
So from what I know and my experience, sales and marketing will make you your first $1 million. In your case, you already had the network. And because you're doing quality work and you know what you're doing, you were able to get referrals very quickly. But that can only last so long and that can only go so far unless you have like a killer affiliate program for online. That's how I was able to grow DataSkip through affiliates. So with that being said, what's your plan for next year and what's your target?
Sales and marketing. I have to learn it. You know, being a new business owner, we have sales and marketing. You can't rely on the word of mouth.
So we've talked about this a lot, and I've been preaching this all year to you. I've been telling him that you need sales and marketing to grow. If not, you're gonna plateau, and you're already experiencing it.
Which is
happening. You probably didn't believe it. You probably didn't believe it, but I've seen it. It being part of Cardone Ventures as a business advisor and being in the 10X community and seeing all these businesses. Like I'm in conferences with hundreds and hundreds of businesses, and I network with them, and I know what problems they've had, and I've seen it in my companies too. DataSkip has plateaued because we had no marketing. I was Alonso. I was just using my brand on social media and my reputation in the real estate wholesale world to just make $1 million a year. And then, why do I keep doing $1 million? Why do I keep doing $1 million? Why do I keep doing $1 million? Why can't I get to 2 million? I have no sales or marketing. So I plateaued. Exact same thing.
Yeah.
So what's your plan? I know sales and marketing is your plan, but what steps are you taking to implement sales and marketing at the beginning of this year, coming in 2025?
Self-development. I think we're going to start doing self-development. We're going to an event this weekend.
What event you going to?
The 9-Figure Boardroom.
My man. Yeah.
And then we're doing another one in December.
Which one?
That one's, I think it's the People
Essentials?
People Essentials.
That workshop changed the game for me. The People's Essential, when I got there, they asked me at Cardone Ventures when I first started working with them, they said, what's your biggest challenge? And I said, attracting the right people, attracting good employees. And they said, yeah, they're not the problem, you are. You don't know how to attract them. You're probably not equipped to attract them. I went to the People's Workshop, blew my fucking mind. We got in there, and so I'll give you a hypothetical, or actually our experience with it. Before, I would spend maybe $1,500 to $2,500 on Indeed ads. We would hire maybe 5 people. 10 of them would apply. We'd hire 5 of them. As soon as we got them in, maybe 1 would stay. And then eventually, they wouldn't want to stay working for the company. We found out that we had a huge HR people problem. We didn't know how to hire. After that workshop, I spend about $500 a month on Indeed ads. I have a line waiting outside to join the company at all times, and great talent. So what fixed it? What changed? The people's essential. That gave me the foundation to build. So you're going to do great with that growing. But marketing, yeah, you got to learn marketing too. So there's marketing workshops. There's different kinds of marketing. There's digital marketing. You can do mail. You can do direct mail. You could do, this is my superpower, telemarketing and cold calling. That's my superpower. That's really how I make a lot of freaking money doing that. But there's also door knocking. There's a bunch of different marketing. So you got to figure out what works for your business. Have you thought about that? What's your plan with marketing?
Social media, and then we're doing some Google ads, some PPC. We're trying that out to see how that works. We've never done marketing, so we gotta just try different avenues to see what works.
Are you gonna go heavy on residential, or are you gonna keep focusing on commercial?
We're gonna open the door to residential as well.
From what I know, in that's considered home services. From what I know, in home services, digital marketing is very effective. Very effective. And I actually just launched a call center for telemarketing for home services. So we're doing pest control, landscaping, solar, roofing. We're doing all those verticals where we're providing cold calling for homeowners to get leads for these businesses. So there's definitely a lot of opportunity with residential. A lot of money to be made. I don't know a lot about commercial. I just don't know. But I think for business to business, because that's what I do with our collection agency, some things that I'm trying out is LinkedIn and also cold emails. So they scrape LinkedIn to get contact information for those businesses, and they send them cold emails, and they just keep following up. And then they also provide you the list. So you can do outreach yourself through your personal LinkedIn, just reaching out to them through their LinkedIn. So it's pretty cool. I'm testing that right now. I'll let you know how it goes.
Okay.
And I'll keep everybody posted on that. But those are some advantages that we have right now against the competition. No one's doing outreach that way. So, dude, I know you're going to crush it. I know you're going to get to, what's your target for 2025? Revenue target?
2.5. Do want to hit that 2.5. Okay. I'm going to hit that 2.5.
So I'll tell you from my experience, when I started working with Cardone Ventures, I went from 13.5 to 18.5. That's a 30% jump. So if you are at 2 million, you should be trying to push at least 2.6. So you can have a 30% jump. That's a healthy target. Now, what I experienced this year is I only had a 10 to 15% growth. So because I only had a 10 to 15% growth, I was getting frustrated. And I talked to Brandon Dawson about it. He says, don't get frustrated. What you did is you got all the low-hanging fruit that was broken in your business, and I already expected you to do a 30% jump. He's just such an expert at scaling businesses and fixing broken ones. He already knew what I was going to do. So I went in there and I took all the low-hanging fruit that you probably have a lot of in your business. Probably have a lot of low-hanging fruit, things that you could fix. People, operations, business, finance, marketing, sales, all those factors come in. So you can have a 30% increase very easy. But once you fix everything that's broken and you get all the low-hanging fruit, the next year might be more difficult. That's when you have to optimize what you already have. And that's what I have to do right now. I have to optimize to prepare for scaling. So there's a difference between scale and scaling. Scale is optimizing what you already have that you know that's working, but making it better. Scaling is preparing to grow it again at a fast pace. That's scaling. It's a huge difference. I didn't know that. I thought scale and scaling, it's the same thing. It's not.
Yeah.
It's different. Scale is optimizing what you have to grow small, and scaling is adding more to grow fast. There's a difference. So anyways, bro, I'm really, really proud of you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming out and hanging out with me and sharing your story and letting me give you some pointers. And I'm super excited to see you hit. Let's shoot for 3 million, bro. Grant Cardone says, you're thinking too small, man.
Let's do it.
So thank you, bro.
Yeah, well, thank you.
So guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was very informative for you. I hope that it gives you some insight, especially of those of you that are in the commercial contracting business or want to start into a vertical like that. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, check out our social medias. Alonso, where can they find you on social media?
Alonso at EFS.
You got it. And this is a close friend of mine, so you guys can even peek into the world of Mike Martinez and Natalie as you follow Alonso. And I'll see you guys on next Mondays with Mike.